Friends, hope everybody's having a really good day. Just got a really good prophetic word, an encouraging word that I heard last night in corporate prayer that I want to share with you. Before we dive into this, I want to tell you about some new things that my wife and I are doing. One is we have a brand new website that is coming out. It is called livingourbestlife.net. We're going to do a lot of teaching training on marriage, parenting, and living a life with your kids full of God and full of adventure. So that's coming out very soon. Also, roaru.tv is our apostolic prophetic site. It's got a lot of stuff about daily devotion, entrepreneuring, dreaming big with God. So that's roaru.tv. The other one is livingourbestlife.net. And excited about what God is doing in this day and in this season. This prophetic word that the Lord gave me was good. It was very encouraging, and I really felt like it was a word that was going to help benefit a lot of people. If you read the title, it was the word effortless. Just happened, just effortless, just no physical trying to make it happen. It just happened. And so last night we were in corporate prayer, and as we were praying, I heard the word effortless. And so I just sat there and continued to pray. And I wrote just that one word down. I said, God, kind of start speaking to me about this so I can release this word to your people. And this is how the Lord just laid it out before me. The Lord said, there's so many people, and I felt the Lord say strong, including me, that you've been praying for things for a while. I don't know what a while is to you, weeks, months, years, but you've been praying for things for a while. And have you ever been at that place where you've prayed for something for so long and it's almost like you quit praying about it? You almost got tired of praying about it? Well, recently in prayer one day, the Lord just kind of sparked me back up to pray for revival and awakening in my region and in America like I used to. Now, if you know me, 10 years ago, 8 years ago, that was my main prayer focus, was revival, awakening in America. And, I still pray for it, but I had a fire years ago. Well, the Lord said, I want you to bring those prayers back up, and then you are going to see things start to happen in America and around your region by and for the Spirit of the Lord. And so as I was praying, I was just talking to the Lord, and the Lord said, when I have you pray for something, I never forget one prayer. I never forget one syllable. I never forget one groan. I never forget when you call somebody and y'all agree on the phone. I never forget when somebody texts you a prayer request and you pray for them. I never forget a simple thing to you in prayer. It might be simple to us, but God remembers everything. And so the Lord was speaking to me so strongly about this. And this is what the Lord said, that the word effortless is that there's many people that you are just going to walk into your answer. You are just going to walk in to the things that you've been praying for. I know so many times in my life, I get an answer to a prayer that I forgot I prayed. I'm like, Lord, you're so faithful. I was praying for this 3 years ago, and I guess I kind of got tired of praying for it, but now it just came to pass. And I felt the Lord saying this, that you are going to see things in the natural that you've prayed for so long. And as I prayed, I just started having thoughts come to my mind. And these are the thoughts that came to my mind. You are going to see a lost loved one just suddenly come into your path at the supermarket. One of your estranged family members is going to happen to show up at a birthday party. You're going to get that job promotion that you looked over and applied for the last 4 times. Excuse me, but didn't you just apply for this the last 4 times and you didn't get it? Why don't you apply one more time? Effortless. You're just going to walk into something. You're going to be doing your business that you're trying to launch, and it just hasn't taken off. Effortless. Somebody's going to call you. Excuse me, I would like your service. It will be your biggest client. I'm talking effortless. I remember there's times that I was in ministry and I was traveling full time, and my calendar was it was a little light, and I was praying And I've had some mentors say, don't ever ask to preach anywhere. Don't call people and ask to preach. Let God speak your heart to people. And I would sit there and my wife and I'd be talking and be like, my travel schedule's a little light. And she'd say, well, we're not calling anybody. We're not asking anybody to preach. We're just going to, let the Lord, do what he needs to do. And so all of a sudden my phone rings and I pick up and I'm talking to somebody on the phone who want me to come speak. And all of a sudden I got another call coming. I look down. I said, I don't know this number. And then when I get off the phone, I pick up this other call. So another guy want me to come speak. I'm filling my calendar out. I'm coloring in the calendar. All of a sudden I'm getting excited about what God's doing. It's kind of like I used to pray, God, I know I'm called to write books. Give me a book. Give me a book. God, give me a book. And I couldn't get a book, so I'd write, and it didn't work because it wasn't the Lord. Well, now I've got a book coming out in 2 weeks. My wife are co-writing another book will come out in January. I'm co-writing a book with some other people that will come out in March. I got 10 ebooks coming out over the next 10 months starting in September. How was that happen? Because I prayed for a season, but effortless, I stepped into something. Now let me give you a word. Some of you, effortless, are going to step into a piece of wisdom that will change your life forever. I've been at some conferences before, and I've been at conferences before. I go to conferences that I don't speak at. I'll go and support others and go to glean. And I remember I was at a conference one time. I wasn't speaking. I was just sitting there on the back row, y'all. I don't go sit on the front unless I'm asked. I was sitting on the back row. And someone came up and said, excuse me, I want to introduce you to somebody. And I said, okay, who is it? And they named my hero in ministry. And they said, I want you to go to dinner with us. Effortless. I went to this conference, sat on the back row. Next thing you know, I was on the stage and I did nothing for that. What happens is when you are found faithful in the place of prayer with God, God will make things happen for you that if you tried 100 years, you could never make happen, ever. When I was young, I tried to get around, different people, and I tried to get insight from people, and I really tried hard. It didn't work. But when I prayed and I let God bring things to me, it was effortless. I'm telling you, my wife and I are in a place, we're blessed by God, that what is coming our way, some people say, Joe, you look like you do ministry in life effortless. I said, no, I'll tell you one thing. Things are coming to us at a rapid pace, but I promise you, I have paid a price. I have laid a foundation in prayer, sought the Lord, fasted, and prayed like you would not believe. And when God found me faithful, I didn't have to say I was faithful. Favor started coming my way. There's times in my life when God brings so much our way, I start weeping. I say, God, this is an effortless effort on my part. It's just happening to me. I'm telling you, for the ones that have put your time in prayer, you are aligned properly with God. When God speaks, you obey. You're doing what the Lord says. When all of this happens, you are about to enter into a season of effortless actions coming your way. You're not going to act. You're not going to try for these things. They're just going to come your way. You've been praying for certain things. They're just going to come your way. I've seen so many people. I've seen ladies. They're looking for a husband. Men looking for a wife, and they say, "I've been praying and looking, and it ain't working. I'm done looking." They show up the next week. That's how things work sometimes. But you're about to walk into a good season. You're about to walk in a season where you're about to be blessed. You're about to walk into a great season where God is going to bless you in so many things. And I'm telling you, stay faithful to God in prayer. Stay faithful to God in His Word. Stay faithful to God in tithes and offerings, and sow seed. My wife and I, that's one of the key things we tell people. Our tithes and offerings, we never miss, and they're way above what we make. And then we sow radical seeds in different places, and we're constantly giving. I'm always going to have financial seed in the ground. I'm always going to have verbal prayer in the ground as seed. I'm going to speak positive. I'm going to speak over my life. I'm going to speak life over the people that I'm around. Because I know when God's hand just touches you, it's effortless. Talk about the woman in the Bible that had the flow of blood for 12 years. The Bible says that she spent all her money and went to all these doctors, and she tried and tried and tried and tried and tried to get healed. When she got to Jesus, he turned around, and after all she did was hard, it was like effortless. He just, right there, she was healed. When she touched his garment, he turned around, effortless. When God looks your way, when the favor of God hits you, what you've tried for so many years to do in your strength that never happened, effortless. It's just going to happen. I hope you glean from this word. 3 quick websites. Our personal website, jojodawson.net. We got 2 new ones. RoarU.tv is our apostolic prophetic website. Tons of videos and teaching. Then also we got a new one, livingourbestlife.net. It's a godly perspective on marriage and parenting and family and raising family to make a difference in this world. I hope this encouraged you and helped you.